Are there national standards being adopted in individual countries throughout the world? What's happening? And because obviously we're talking here about a fear, in one sense, of a global pandemic. So if something wrong happens in a laboratory halfway around the world, it could still affect the lives of people here in the U.S.
Yeah, let me take a shot at that, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
You know, it's very interesting because this gets into what we refer to as the culture of responsibility, a global culture of responsibility. Back in the 70s, when the revolution in DNA technology took place globally, but fundamentally here in the United States, scientists got together and tried to develop, you know, it's strikingly similar to the challenges that we're facing now, and came up with what we ultimately have right now, the DNA Recombinant Advisory Committee, the RAC, as it's called. And although that only pertains when you talk specifically about government-funded research here in the United States, what's happened is that the fundamental principles, the codes of conduct, the culture of responsibility that was engendered by the discussions back in the 70s regarding recombinant DNA technology, without any capability of enforcing it globally, essentially permeated the global approach towards recombinant DNA technology. So although we didn't have any enforcement capability, it became something that was widely shared throughout the world. Now, other countries, including the Netherlands right now, are addressing in a very serious manner how they are going to approach this because it was one of their scientists. But there's also going on in the UK, in France, and places like that. So what we hope and what we envision is that as a result of this, there will be a culture of responsibility that even though we don't have the carrot and the stick of funding and withdrawing funding, that these kinds of principles will actually be implemented throughout the world. We're all hoping for that, and I actually have confidence that it will.